Abusia for Mamuni now, Quabium, a high daily update. On subscribe here, but more than subscribe my son be also so no. Near my do I coso Ghana no back crying the empower so. Visa ha any change in coffin in near my door. The here a no. Hana Sabecanina. Yes, already in feeling chim. Yen candy one chairman. A Haruna Iddrisu, not just a tamale one, to say. Dear Cotina Hono, I could pay a nursing trainee or I just a hono. Almost celebrated 50 years of that school no not just say ordinary no in be air to jar just say go answer no not just say a year Bawumia or more kenny pa because and bia and a nurse in Niba could original a bisa Bawumia question about their allowances because na Bawumia Kesi allowances yeah John Dramani Mahama a floor or Modoma be restore na ye mama nurses for any ajipa. Now so nurse ni back here then as original expose this vice president or the enemy koso. Tina Haruna because of allowances on one cast because in Chebi on one say or metia. Now so ya posting video do a platform which nurse ni back cast or call bank no or coin yes into allow behind the M0ĉk I just near because I say was send a case can in a time Akroma say Bawumia a can try the actual and I'm not going to that a statement and I had 80s on beside nurses I would almost share one say see say a time allowance a mom never share the causeway a video share na a Haruna a nurses for my bonabasi pa like my praising pa even more than a Bawumia crampo a coffee city a various nurses school. Yes, somebody coming in good in the course.
Labor and Employment Minister, a former minority leader of Ghana's Parliament, and the city MP for Tamale South Constituency. Ladies and gentlemen, with one accord, put your hands together as we welcome Honorable Royal Haruna Iddrisu of Tamale South Constituency. Honorable welcome.
Hello. Very respected Royal Sanana Chairman for this auspicious 50 years anniversary of the NTC. Our very able regional minister. You know, when he was speaking, I almost reminded him that he signed a big to remind him of his relationship with the NTC and this hospital and the people of Ghana. The Chief Director, Hajj Hafiz, Ministry of Health, former heads, the Director of Health Services Northern Region. I'm sure the others have to stand on the existing protocols, recognizing all former heads of nursing training institutions and those present. Now, Chairman, today, Regional Minister is not too lucky. But you know, I have utmost respect for him. He's one of the regional ministers who is openly accessible and available and reach out to many of us. So, part of the celebration of 50 years, we celebrate you. But in celebrating him, I'm reminding him that as for Tamale Teaching Hospital, Nurses Training College Tamale, expansion of health infrastructure generally in Tamale, his government hasn't done well yet. So, to remind him that, just remind him. I said he can do better. I say he hasn't done well. So there is an opportunity to redeem. Because, Minister, truth be told, much of this expanded infrastructure here in Tamale, and that's why I say Minister is not lucky, because many of it, I am the example. When I say I'm the example, the expansion of this major facility, just right here, was when I was acting Minister for Health, and cement had gone bankrupt, and they were looking for answers for the expansion of this infrastructure. Then I got the authority of the president then to award it to Kwanzaa to get it done with Trump. So that's how I'm treated personally into it. Then the second, then after that, I'll leave the politics and we talk nursing, then I conclude. Then, Minister, when I heard nurses talk about conditions of service, except that, as for this, I'm at Iddrisu with Minister Sani, Regional Minister. Allowance for betting is a no, no, no. So therefore, you are giving us a reason why allowances should not be paid, because it will not be paid for betting. I say you are giving us reason. Okay, a few, to be fair to you, a few should not give us reason to want to rethink. But I was happy when Minister said that allowances have been restored. Was it ever taken off? Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, enough of the politics. So, as I said, Minister, then conditions of service for health workers. Again, record. Now, Chairman, it was during my tenure as for employment and labor that for the first time in Ghana's history, I speak without fear of contradiction, that health workers for Ghana got the first codified conditions of service signed as an act with all health workers in Ghana. You check the facts. I did this with the president of the Ghana Medical Association and others, Dr. Sribwa and Co. I'll get the other name. So at least, whether this government or my government is able to live up to it, there is a codified conditions of service for all health in Ghana, which was under John Dramani Mahama as president. Then, as nurses, we go back to your post-colonial era of 1962. You had hospitals such as Kolego Hospital, Kepko, Secondary, Kumasi, Koforidua, with extended medical facilities. Then again, Minister, all of us should celebrate Jerry John Rawlings for changing the nature and character of the medical profession and its associate allies of nursing. By the mere declaration of Jerry John Rawlings of the UDS as a medical school and a teaching hospital, he has served our population well. So those days, and then Minister, I come to the people of Tamale. And then our nurses, you know one other reason why you should be proud. Tamale is one of the most difficult places to work. And today I'll introduce you to the new concept of the people of Tamale don't even know the consequence of bystander on emergency trauma patients. As you are driving from, and I see now, as you are driving from Simon Zakari's home, if an accident happens at Texaco, this is Tamale for you. They will leave the patient and they are all watching him. Look at it, look at it. No care, no emergency, no thoughtfulness that the immediate thing is to write the person for medical care. You all see it. So we need some education as a people. Those one our chairman, now some na yes all the buy a womb so money. The man like you more, they kana salati behno. The Zamba no man dash to the young come to find your bill map by the choma song kalere genda, couple grow kalero. And even sometimes what is surprising is that they are more concerned about the damage to the yellow and the motorbike and the car than the damaged human being. And I'm particularly happy that Chief Director is here. And he has an ear to the Minister of Finance. He knows what I know. The principal of this school have made a strong case for a modern auditorium and a hostel. Chief Director, you can push it and we'll support you. And when I say you can push it, I know what a formal letter from you can do. If it is communication to the Minister of Finance, recommending strongly a hostel and an auditorium be dedicated to this institution. And sometimes, you know, when you came to Parliament, in my difficult days as minority leader, if we scrutinize your health budget, including your national health insurance, you can find something for this school from that. That you are capable of doing, and that will be able to support you. So thank you for also honoring this. And then, Nasanana once again, today is important. And it's been a groundbreaking era. As men and women were being introduced, I hope that some of the senior colleagues here won't take offense. They introduced a gentleman at the back there called Mike. Mike. I hope you won't be offended. Nasanana. But for him and some Abukar Warkwa, who was also one of the first head of the nursing department here, those of you know him, a book accompanied my father, Sakamna of the lead Warbalana here, and he was the first person to acquire a degree in nursing. But Mike used to be the most popular nurse in the whole of our area, including Buddha. The Mike we introduced. So together with his wife, maybe I'm not ashamed to say it, I hear my mother used to quietly call me Ashipto Boati, hospital bucket. She was not too sure of the survivor, life and death, because I was almost here. So a good example of what you've done in promoting human life and human care. So today, we have every reason to celebrate you, to celebrate our nurses, to celebrate our midwives. But once regional minister is here and he's a representative of the president, and Nasanana is here, at every capacity, he represents the overlords. I have one other observation, and that observation can only be said by those of us who practice outside. And it is Director Health Services, Northern Region. This is for you. Out there, the whispers are that our doctors do referral to their private clinics, using man hours of the public sector for their private jobs. That is unacceptable, and that must stop. That is unacceptable, and that must stop. The referrals is to their private clinics, and that those man hours, we cherish what they have done, we cherish their sacrifices, but dedicated public service. And now, Chairman, I conclude with it. For you as nurses, I borrow from Nas and Narana, but I add my words. He spoke about discipline. So now, Chairman, discipline and timeliness must guide your journey into the next 15 years. We are proud of your successes. We are proud of your contribution. Today, in many statistics, Ghana stands tall. Infant mortality, whether you go to UNICEF, all the statistics of those indices have seen some improvement. Thanks to the nurse, thanks to the doctor, thanks to the midwife. Then I heard and read some anthology of John from the our colleague who spoke on behalf of the alumni. Then principal and to the nurses in Tamale. When our patients arrive here, they deserve to be treated with honor and dignity. It's part of your ethical training. You should be the last to look upon a patient in his vulnerable state and let him despair hopelessly.
We are hearing Iddrisu video kakra akotwa bremo amama hu de na ekoso the interaction between Ono and nursing trainee for they are celebrating 50 years. I just say that school na edino I produce a lot of nursing trainee Ghana society enya some for sopa na ho na minister just say ebeka obegina mu ma akofado na Haruna Iddrisu den or say what like na down for now yes be all disrespectful na so no mo nye bibi papa bia mboa that school in yes school no a lot of nursing training and I said a lot of nursing schools in Ghana the more trainees for no there or more how ye pa because during 2016 no and sana akofado ebeba no na just o my campaign ahodo akasa bebre na fan say nursing training teacher training dey just say abanya just say Oddsu na just say omma na kunya eyi mahama free ho the trainees for no the ombetom ye pa enyema be koyi amomo just saying as because at that time no na mahama ascribe nursing training teacher training allowances ascribe because no person use that allowances needing build a lot of facilities and be we are not just say unkotine fee and stranded ma honcho inside for bedding for two parents so take away that allowances kakra or the mama no not their build facilities are do now so when you queen room now so why I get paid now so no no much say the government say enye adwin papa enye because we the Ghanaians no na in print ye pedi bedi since say per future so on because comedy CC now so no we the Ghanaians 80 the about we the kind who say omodi ni momu ye na momu de na ye no so no omo buy no facilities are not GMP so building omo man building mo say allowances no more de be mo so man farm mo amesi sakwya asafo oni tina minister na wo ho no Haruna de egunen mask kakra e be kan I just say I nurses for one so a budget Haruna so because they can't quite say omo how no and Haruna so at it can be a fight amano I just saying as to you who never be Haruna then a kind just see bit my commenting subscribe next share like Monia so in the MBFB and a PC the Akroma.